To a VO's Journey Fiverr Friday. That's right, it is Fiverr Friday. Today is the 11th of June. Welcome to a VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. I've got my Fiverr Friday coffee cup, Fiverr Friday shirt, hat, makeshift Fiverr hat, and our topic today is 3 ways to get orders for your new Fiverr gig. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to answer questions live right here on the YouTube channel. Welcome. If this is your first time here, how we kind of run things is I talk to you about the topic at first, and then at the end, you go ahead and ask your questions, any questions that you have or comments about Fiverr, and I do my very best to answer them. So, welcome everybody. It's good to have you. The topic today, 3 ways to get orders for your new Fiverr gig. I think this is prevalent. I got this question. I think it's a great question. So we've got 3 different ways that I'm going to list out to you today, and each way has a couple steps to it. So pay attention, get a pad and paper if you need to, or this is a video, so you'll be able to go back and watch it again. But let's go ahead and dive in. So the first one, number 1 on, 3 ways to get orders for your new Fiverr gig, okay, is, and I see this all the time, you must optimize your gig fully and correctly. So what does that mean? So first, your title. It's not enough just to have a title. Okay, we need a title that people are searching for. So the big thing here is that you need to add, you need to go on to Fiverr, you need to do some searches and see what people are actually looking for. How you do this is you go in the little search tab, type in voiceover, type in phone message and IVR, type in video narration, start typing in these keywords, all right, based on genres of voiceover that we do, see what populates. All right. And as you see what populates, that's going to give you an idea for titles. You want to use the titles that you research and you come up with so that you know people are actually searching for them. I see a lot of people going on and just typing in whatever, okay, for their title, and they're just moving past it. You've got to fully optimize your title by doing what I just said. Okay. So the next thing after your title, all right, is your description. You have 1,200 characters for your description. You need to fill them all out, okay? Fill out all the 1,200 characters for your description. Make sure that they are the keywords that you are targeting in your title, that you're also targeting them in your description. Okay, this is so important that you get the keywords both in your title and in your description. This will allow the algorithm to be able to find you, especially if your Fiverr gig is new. Without that, okay, and without previous orders or anything like that, there's no way that Fiverr or the algorithm is going to know what you're doing or what you're, related to. So that's why it's so important to make sure, A, you fill out all the 1,200 characters, B, make sure that it's easy enough to read, okay, meaning there are spaces and there's bolded. You can do that with Fiverr, the character description section. And then C, make sure that there are corresponding keywords with your title. Okay, so that's the description. Next, and the part 1 is going to be your extras. Fiverr wants you to sell extras because they know if you sell more extras, you're going to make more money. And if you make more money, Fiverr makes more money. So they are going to look more highly upon you if you're selling more extras. So put your extras in there, as many as you feel comfortable with. Okay, so put as many extras in there as you feel comfortable with. The next part is FAQs. This is another one that I see a lot of people, especially new people, not filling out completely. Fiverr allows you 10 FAQs. Fill them all out. And I know you might be like, I don't know what to say on the 10 FAQs. Well, the thing is that you need to take, here's a perfect example. Any questions that you answer, okay, customers through your chats, those are good questions. Commercial rights, broadcast rights, what is your revision policy? What time zone are you in? You and I both know, no matter where you are in the world, all right, Fiverr's marketing to the whole world, so there's going to be people contacting you on the other side of the planet, and you need to be able to at least tell them what time zone you're in. So that's a way for you to do that in the FAQ section. Your delivery policy, your communication policy, you need, and if you don't have one of those policies, Create them. Like, how many times will you communicate with the buyer? By the way, that's something that is actually on the review, the review at the end, right? So, like, how well was the communication? So, all these different things you need to put in your FAQs. And then the last part on the optimization on number one for these 3 ways is your tags, So your tags, you get 5 tags from VoiceOver. Basically, tags are more words that you use to tell Fiverr what your voiceover or your gig is related to, like other words. So if you are doing female voiceover, right, then your tags could be different genres, right, like female voicemail or an IVR, or it could be e-learning, corporate e-learning, you know what I mean? Like, the different genres can go into those tags so that you have some relatable words that Fiverr can also place you in different spots. All right. Now, the little bonus part here on the number 1 is to make sure that you have, like, if we're a female voiceover, you've got in that section right above on the first page when you fill it out, right, that says you're a female, you have your accent. Make sure you fill out all 3 of the categories, right? I see some people only filling out 1 or 2. So they have the categories where they say, what are you doing? Video narration, podcast, or TV or radio, that kind of stuff. Fill out all 3 and make sure you put all 5 of the tones that Fiverr allows. Just fill out everything, every single thing possible. All right. That's the first thing out of the 3 ways to get orders. Okay. So we went through to make sure that you're highly optimized. All right. Number two to get orders to your new gig is a stunning, an epically stunning thumbnail. You have got to have a great looking thumbnail that grabs attention. Okay, a thumbnail that grabs attention. So a couple things. 1, make sure that 80% of that thumbnail is your picture. Okay, or the picture in general, and only 20% are words. Okay, very, very, very important, because you want to grab people's attention. Get your picture professionally done. Now, there's always going to be exceptions to the rules, and there's always going to be people who started before us, okay, who just have lots of business because they've been on the platform for 11 years. But the reality is that with over 25,000 gigs on voiceover in the voiceover section for Fiverr, we have got to have stunning, incredibly great looking thumbnails so that when we do pop up on the screen for a search, people see our thumbnails and stop dead in their tracks. Because remember, the very first thing they have to do is see us. They've got to find us. We pop up, they see us. So they've got to see us. They've got to take a minute and look at our picture, read. Then they've got to click on us. Then they listen. So they've got to do a couple of things. So your thumbnail is vital. So remember, 80% of your picture, 20% words. Make sure it is stunning. It makes people drop dead in their tracks so they stop and click on you. Okay? Got to make it super clickable. Okay. So that was number 2. Now, number 3. This is let's get situated for this one, because this one is I think one of the most important ones now, especially now. And that is making sure that your demo or demos for your multiple gigs, but your demo targets the right audience and targets the right work that audience is looking to buy. All right, let me see if I can explain this to you, because this is so vital to your success on Fiverr. Without this, you're going to be mediocre at best. Okay? The people on Fiverr, or any platform, or anywhere for that matter, when they're purchasing something, they're usually going to a specific place to purchase something that is either known at that place, or they're looking for a specific type of product, etc., etc. Fiverr has become a massive hub for extremely professional voice actors. Let's be honest, it is. I mean, I made almost $10,000 last month on Fiverr by itself. This is a platform that has a lot of highly paid professional voice actors and other professionals. But people are coming and they are looking for specific things on this platform. And when we craft our demos, we have to make sure that we are not putting out demos that some, agent in LA would be looking at to pitch NBC or Fox or, CNN or, Universal Studios, like, or any of these, like any, high networks or whatever like that. The point I'm trying to make is that I see a lot of people put amazing demos together, put amazing marketing things together with their videos. But they forget that that's not what people are actually purchasing on that platform. And if you don't target what people are purchasing on the platform, you could have the best demo in the world, but you're not going to capture what they are. You're not going to capture that business. So how do you do that? Okay, how do you do that? Well, we've talked about it before, but we're going to say it again. The biggest way that you can find out what people are purchasing, which I love about Fiverr, because you can't find this out anywhere else, but Fiverr you can. Fiverr has the option for the live portfolio. I'd say about 90% of people use the live portfolio, okay? And in that live portfolio, Fiverr allows you to go in there and listen to what people are purchasing. Do not underestimate this. Do not let this get, don't let, just be like, something Anthony's preaching again. Please. I'm seeing this. And this is, let me step back and say this, okay? I've coached hundreds and hundreds of people, probably over thousands of people now on Fiverr, which has been a wonderful blessing. Amazing voice actors. And as I'm coaching more and more people's gigs, their optimization, their thumbnails, they're looking amazing. And they have great demos. But what I am finding is that right now, the biggest area that people are struggling with, at least that work with me and coaching and everything, or to my groups or whatever, is targeting their demos specifically for what people are searching for, right? People are purchasing. So important. So important. Okay. Quick side note, I forgot, but I need to make sure that there's a link in the description for my Fiverr course, how to make $20,000 on Fiverr voiceover. I told myself I was going to say that in the beginning, and I forgot because I just had to dive into this topic. So there is a link below if you're interested in that. It's my best course. It's helped so many people. It can help you get up and running and get business on Fiverr. So the link's below for that. I'm sorry, I had to plug that in there. But anyways, getting back to the topic. So the live portfolio is where you need to be. The live portfolio is where you need to be to check out. And how you do that is you go to someone's gig, okay, and you'll see on their gig video or their picture in their video, right below it, there's little boxes in a row, and then the boxes stop depending on how many pictures they've uploaded, and then there are little microphones, right, with a black background. Those microphones are part of their live demo that you can go and listen to what people are being hired to do. It is actual work that they are doing for customers and that the customers liked and what they agreed to and they bought. Okay, so because of that, you can go in there and actually listen to what people are buying, and then you take that knowledge. Okay, like you might find if you are a male voice actor and you have a voice that's a little, that you can do a little bit deeper pitch, okay, then you need to look at, you're listening to this, you'll notice that there's a lot of financial promotions that people are purchasing, okay, that's a big one. There is a lot of technical software, analytical things that are being purchased from the Middle East, from different parts of Asia, that they're looking for a deep male voice to voice these types of things. I do a lot of these. Construction companies, big companies, companies who are, targeting men. We're talking about male voice actors, right? Men from, with deep voices and manly type voices for this type of big machinery and all these different things, right? Like this is a lot is being purchased on Fiverr in this arena. And if you're not targeting any of that with your demos, right? And you've got something up there like The Tonight Show, all right? Shout out to one of my voiceover students. They know who they are. But you've got something up there like that, you know what I mean? That's wonderful. It's fantastic. But that's not going to get that's not going to get us the business that we want, that's coming on Fiverr. So it would be better to scrap that and start targeting those specific areas, right? Instead of doing these other things, which are amazing probably, and they look great and they probably sound great, but people can't picture themselves working with you because you're not targeting exactly what they're doing. So they have to imagine that your voice is going to sound that way, and we want to take as much of that away as possible so they can be like, oh yeah, that's it. Oh, they even know what we're doing. Do you see what I mean? So important. This goes for anybody. Doesn't matter, male, female. Doesn't matter what genre you're in. Every genre on Fiverr, people have live portfolios that you can check out. Okay? The next part of that is pitch and tempo. You might have to change. It's not only what you're saying, but you might have to change your pitch and tempo. All right? If you're male, you might have to change your pitch. I did, as you can tell right here, right? When I'm talking and I'm emphatic and I'm like, hey, let's do this, right? My voice gets higher pitched. I'm excited, all right? But I noticed that a lot of people don't want to hire me for this voice. A lot of people want to hire me for this voice. Okay? They want to hire me for a deeper voice. Do you see what I mean? So I have to manipulate my voice. I'm not saying I'm doing a caricature, all right? But it's something where I get deeper and I talk with my low gravel in the back of my throat. People want that. And I get hired a lot for it. But I had to accept that, you know what I mean? Some people do want this, but a lot of people want my deeper register. Okay? If I'm a female, okay, a lot of people right now, especially with the trends that are going on, are looking for specific types of reads from females. Okay? There's a lot of upbeat reads, and then there's a lot of serious type reads. You need to do your research to know what people are purchasing, which one, with which one, right? Like, what are they purchasing with the upbeat tone? What are they purchasing with a more serious tone or laid back tone? A lot of the laid back is probably wrong. There's not probably a lot of laid back stuff for women right now. It's more, there's a lot of that serious female voiceovers, especially for like video game trailers and trailers in general. But then there's a lot of upbeat women stuff for commercials. If you notice, there's a lot. If you listen to commercials right now and you hear a woman doing it, a lot of times, I would say 9 times out of 10, it's upbeat. Okay, whereas men, right now they want men to do more like what I was doing. Okay, so that's just, you've got to pay attention to that if you want to get work. All right. And now these items, and the third one, which is, of course, so important, is quality. And I'm going to assume, it's a big assumption, but quality overall in everything we do must be at the top. But I kind of view quality in all three of these ways to get orders in your new Fiverr gig as part of that quality of a product that you're offering. Okay. I hope that these 3 tips, these 3 ways to get work have been helpful to you today. What I want to do right now is move over to the chat. If you've got a question, if you've got a comment, if you'd like to leave a super chat, which is a donation to the channel, there's a little money button on the bottom there, a little money, money emblem or whatever that's called. character on the bottom of a YouTube. You can click that and leave a super chat if you'd like for the channel. But this is the moment where you put your questions, comments into the chat. I'm going to go through and I'm going to see if I can answer them for you. So let's go ahead, dive in. Creative Lady Productions from Chattanooga, Tennessee. How are you? Good to have you. Sorry, I need some coffee. Liz says, woohoo, finally made it for live Fiverr Friday. It's awesome to have you, Liz. Alden, it's great to have you. Happy Fiverr Friday. You too. Chaotic, good. Hello to all. From Jacksonville, Florida. Awesome. Finally caught a live. It's great to have you. Let's see. Nucleus. Sorry, Noculus. Is that what it is? Show some skin. Got it. Awesome, man. Let's see. Henning Badro. Happy Fiverr Friday. Hello. Does blocking a client affect your stats? No, it does not. Maybe only, but just make sure, and I do this, I always, and this is probably, it probably doesn't matter, but I do it just to cover myself. I will always respond and say something like, hello, thanks for reaching out. And then I will block them. I always just respond so that there's never a question that I didn't respond, and then I block them. But once you block them, you do not have, there's no recourse or anything like that. But there has been many people who have waited over an hour to block them or something because it was spam, and that's come back to bite them in the butt because they didn't respond. Okay, so it's very important that you respond and block them as soon as possible, just like you're responding to anybody else. Okay. I know it shouldn't be done lightly. I already reported this client. Just make sure. Hey, I block all kinds of people. I block people who try to bully me with pricing. I block people who are mean. I block people who are scams. I just had a person recently who found me on Voice 123 and sent me this long message about wanting me to join their voiceover group, or their voiceover agency or whatever. Then they found me on Fiverr and messaged me on Fiverr trying to join their, and I don't think it's a voiceover agency. I think it was a website. And they, keep giving me links and asking me to call them. So, they found me multiple places. Then they messaged me again on Fiverr again, and I had to block them because that's not the place to message me. All right. And if they knew better than that, they would have sent me an email. Okay. Now I'm not mad at these people. Okay. But I'm saying for my business, they can't message me on these platforms where, if I respond and about this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? The platforms don't like it. So I had to block them, So don't worry about that. You do what you got to do. You're not going to hurt your stats. Let's see. Jacob from Facebook. What's up? Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Good to have you. Ozzy, what's up, my man? Hey, Anthony, what's going on? Finally caught you live. Great to have you, my friend. Voiceover Angela. Hello, Angela. Good to have you. Happy Fiverr Friday. Let's see. Bellin. I hope I said your name right. Hi from Argentina. Awesome. Cool to have you. Happy Fiverr Friday. Thank you so much, Anthony, for your videos. They're so helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. How's the weather in Argentina? I wonder what the weather's like. Let's see. Chaotic Good has the hand clap and waving. Let's see. Maria says, hello from Texas. Hey, Maria. It's great to have you from Texas. Let's see. Bill. What's up, Bill? Happy Fiverr Friday. Thanks, all AP. Good to have you, sir. Let's see. Meridian. What's up? Hi, Anthony and friends. Good to have you. Meridian says, hit the like button to spread the love. Absolutely. Hit the like button. Let's see. Mel says, greets from Holland. Awesome. It's great to have you. We've got people from all over the world today. That's so cool. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Creative Lady Productions. I've tried to edit my gigs, but they haven't changed. Should I delete them and start over? Okay, great question. So you basically have tried to edit your stuff and you're not getting any work. Is that basically what you're saying? Should you delete and start over again? The only reason I would recommend that you delete your stuff is if you have some bad reviews and you don't have any, and you have very few reviews and you have a bunch of bad ones, because it's hard to climb out of that hole. Okay. But if you don't have any bad reviews, there's really no reason to delete your gig. What it means is you just haven't found the secret sauce yet. Do you know what I'm saying? You just haven't found the right mix, and you got to keep trying. Okay, what I love about Fiverr too is that, it's a highly active marketplace, even though I know some people might not feel like it, okay, but it is a highly active marketplace, meaning that, even if you are just starting out, you are going to get some impressions. Okay, even if it's 100 or 200, you're going to get some impressions. You're going to get in front of people who are at least semi-targeted audience looking for something that you're offering. So there are opportunities for you, and you've got to capitalize on those opportunities as much as possible. I was talking to someone earlier today saying like it can be harder, I think, for new people, especially because you have to be that much better to get work off of that much fewer impressions. Does that make sense? So that's why today I wanted to talk about these 3 ways to get, ways to get work, so that you really take those to heart, because you've got to be above the rest in order to capture those few impressions that you get when you're just starting out. And if you can do that, then the algorithm will pump you up and promote you more. But you've got to capitalize. So I would say that maybe you should take a look at what I said earlier. Look at what you're doing on your demos. Are they targeting anyone specific, or did you kind of just come up with the demo, or did someone come up with for you, and whatever it is. You know what I mean? You might just need a new demo, or you might need to switch around also spots. Here's another thing I didn't mention, but it's so important. Remember this: your first spot on your demo is by far the most important. It's by far 90% of your work is going to come from that first spot. 90% of your voiceover work is going to come from 8 to 10 seconds. 90%. It's true. Okay, I mean, it's true. I've proven it to myself over and over again. Other my students, 90% of your work is going to come. So that's why that first spot on your demo is so vital. So vital. Okay. It's going to determine whether people keep listening. It's going to determine if people, feel a connection with you. So you might want to try even switching around some stuff. Great question. Don't delete your gigs. Kay, thanks for another great session. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that from Facebook. Chadwick, what's up? Hello. Do I need to create a demo before purchasing your Fiverr course? No, because you have a lifetime access to the Fiverr course. So you can get it and get everything set up on the Fiverr. You don't have to go live. You can set up all the stages up to it, but you're going to need a demo in order to make it live, or at least a sample. Do you know what I mean? At least 30 seconds or something. But my recommendation is you want to put something together. Now, when I started myself, I did my own DIY demo. Okay, and I got myself up. Now, I will be honest, I didn't start getting a lot. I got some work in the beginning, but I didn't get more work until my demos got better. But no, you don't have to have a demo before you purchase my gig, but you're going to need a demo, purchase my course, but you're going to need a demo in order to publish your stuff, okay? Let's see. Mel says, when do you think is the right time to change your demos on Fiverr? So I always looked at it in a couple ways. One, if you've gotten better equipment, if your sound has improved, if you've done work to your space, if you feel like your performance has improved, okay? If you feel like, you're putting out stuff and you're getting no results whatsoever. You know what I mean? These are great times for you to change your demos. Okay? Good question. Let's see. Nicholas Anthony, you've mentioned the importance of creating a social presence. I'm not vocal on social media much at all. Do you have any advice about creating that presence? Hey, great question. Yes, I think that for a lot of people, and in your particular situation, you don't need to be like me, where I create a lot of content. In a lot of ways, you can go way further by just commenting on people's posts. Seriously. Because think about it. If you posted something and someone comments on it, right? You look at who they are. You click on them to see what they're about. Why did they comment? This is so cool. Thank you so much for commenting and reading my stuff. That's so cool. They commented. It's very powerful to comment. I love Gary Vaynerchuk, and if you guys heard of Gary V, and I've talked about this, he came up with this idea called the $1.80 strategy a long time ago for Instagram. And the idea is that, you basically pick 90 posts a day and you leave your 2 cents on those posts, right? $1.80. And so basically, you're going and you're finding posts that are related to what you're doing and what you're looking for, and you start interacting with people. I mean, it's a great way to get yourself out there and to get people familiar with you. And that way, when you do post something, you're going to have people who actively know you and interested in what you have to say. I think a lot of times, including myself, it's easier, and I'll be honest with you, especially for me, because you guys know I love to just talk. It's easier for me to get on here and talk than for me to spend the time to go and comment and comment and comment and comment. But that's important. That means a lot, right? When someone takes time to read what you've posted and comment on what you've posted, all right? They seem genuinely interested. That's why it's called social media, right? We're supposed to be social, right? That's why I love doing lives with you guys, because we get to interact. Okay. So my recommendation is, if you are concerned about, doing videos or podcasts or all that kind of stuff, start by just getting on the platforms and commenting on people's stuff consistently. Here's the tip. Of everything you do, you must be consistent. You must expect to do this for a long time. I'm not overstating that you need to dig in your heels and realize that social media and consistency and presence, it's going to take you years. Now, I'm going to say the payoff is amazing, but it's going to take you years. It's taken me years just to get to where I am right now, and I still feel like I'm beginning on my journey. But it's still taking me. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to shy away from it, but that commenting strategy really, really, really is wonderful. And it's great too. Like I said, if you are, just worried, or right now you can't get all the cameras, you can't do all the stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So hopefully that helps, and that will get you going in social media really well, and it'll get people actually following you and caring about what you're saying, because if you want, I always say this, right? It's like that, it's the law of nature. If you want something, you give it first. Right? We know that, right? It's like in the Bible too, right? With tithing, or, with nature, or simply, I always like to say this: if you want someone to smile at you, smile at them first. You think I'm joking about it, you try it. You smile at someone, they might smile and laugh and like, why are you smiling at me? But it elicits a smile. If you want someone to punch you, you punch them first. I suppose if you knock them out, but you get what I'm trying to say. Then they'll get back up and punch you. All right. But you give something, you're going to get it back. So that's why I would say we've got to give it first to get it back. Does that make sense? So by doing those and leaving comments, being active, you're going to get back the reactions, the attention you're looking for. Hopefully that was helpful. Let's see. Chava says, right on. Thanks for your answer. You are most welcome. Oh, wait. I missed some things. It's T-Best and Enolia. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Enolia. I've been on Fiverr since many months, but I get no orders. Please, why this? Well, thank you so much. There's so many reasons that it could be. We talked about 3 different ways today, right, to get business. All right. You're looking at making sure your gigs are optimized, making sure your thumbnail is, epic, and it stops people dead in their tracks. And then your demo has to be highly targeted to the business you're trying to capture, and the quality has to be fantastic. Okay. And all right, it's got to be in a place where people are purchasing a lot. I do see people putting up gigs. They've got wonderful ideas, which is great, but they're putting up stuff that no one's going to buy because people just aren't buying them. So it's very important that you pay attention to what you're actually selling, and if people are going to buy it, like if they're actually buying that on the platform. So that's the only thing I could help, because I would have to do, if you want, you could go to my website at VOsJourney.com and you could pick a gig review. I do gig reviews on a VO's Journey, where I do a 30-minute gig review, 20 to 30 minutes, review of your entire gig, and send you a video of me reviewing it and going through your gig. I screen capture everything I do. So you can always do that, but other than that, I couldn't tell you why you're not specifically getting work. Sorry. Big J, what's up, dog? Good to have you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see, Chadwick, right on. Thanks for the answer. You're welcome. Let's see, Creative Lady Productions. What happens if I raise my prices? Well, you can raise your prices. You can charge whatever you want on Fiverr, and it's totally up to you how you set them, and it depends on where you are in your business structure too. So you have to remember, prices act for multiple different things. Prices act for marketing tools. Right? When you don't have a lot of reviews, when you don't have a lot of clout, when you don't have a lot of work under your belt, people have to take a chance on you. And people, right? And people take a chance on you. Just like when we go to a restaurant we've never heard of, or mom and pop place, or somewhere that's new to us, we're taking a chance. Okay, we're taking a chance on it as opposed to us going to somewhere we've heard of, somewhere we know, somewhere that's got a brand name, right? We feel more comfortable. We feel safer going to that because, we don't know. There are adventurous people, of course, but you get where I'm going with this. So part of pricing is a marketing tool. Okay, sometimes you got to give away stuff in order to get started. And if you've not been in any other small business, I do think it's interesting sometimes where people get angry at voice actors or whatever for charging $5, but I would imagine a lot of them have never been in business before. Okay, meaning like other businesses. I mean, I remember my grandfather started multiple businesses. And one of the first things he would always do would start by doing deals, giving away things to bring people in, right? To build a community, to build trust, to get your name out there. Okay, so pricing is one thing. Second thing is, depending on how many customers you have, okay, and repeat customers, pricing plays a part in that because you don't want to raise your prices too chaotically if you have repeat customers who then you raise your prices too high that they can't work with you. Now, there will come a time where you will get busy enough and you have to make that choice. Like I had to make those choices where I had to raise my prices and I had to stop working with certain people, who were pushing the limit. But nothing's going to happen like your gig or anything, but you got to remember, it's those two things. It's a marketing tool as well. Now, I always decided to raise my rates this way, supply and demand. Okay. I love this show called Hotel Impossible. If you guys have ever seen this show, and I always talk about revenue management as for a hotel, of course, but basically the idea is when the hotel is full, okay, prices go up, right? Supply and demand. When the hotel is not full, prices go down in order to attract more people, in order to keep revenue coming in constantly. So there's never lags in the time where money's coming in, right? Because cash flow is the blood of any business, period. That doesn't mean we are about the money, okay? But this is a business. It's not a hobby. And businesses have to have cash. So to me, getting that cash going through there, very, very important. Okay. So that's what I look at. So I would only raise my prices by $5 each time if I was so busy that I didn't have time to do anything else. So I would raise my prices. Okay, so that's when I chose to raise my prices, when supply and demand, when there was so much demand and there just wasn't enough supply of me and my time to go around. Okay, and only do it by $5 each. Okay, Modest T, hello from South Africa. Awesome, it's great to have you from South Africa. Wow, we had somebody from South Africa, somebody from Argentina. We had somebody from Holland, I think it was. Wow, awesome, great to have you. Let's see, Plant Powered Muscle, what's up? I have a Fiverr for graphic design. Cool. Should I make a totally separate account for voiceover? No, you don't need to. You don't need to if you are, unless you have all of your, if you have all 7 gigs up for graphic design. But the reality is that that's a wonderful thing. That's why Fiverr gives us 7, depending on what level you are. I'm not sure if you're just starting, but if you're level 0, right, you get 7 gigs. If you're level 1, you get 10. If you're level 2, you get 20. And if you're a top rated seller, you get 30. So you have plenty of gigs to put up different ones. And I recommend that you keep up the ones on the same account, because your success in one all right, leads to success in for the rest of your account as well. And that's how the algorithm works. If you're getting great business here, it's going to raise your entire account and raise you other places like the rest of your gigs in the standings as well. So no, I would not start another account. I would keep it on that one. Let's see. Great question. Jessica says, can you use pretty much any sample script from the web, or does it have to be a job of yours for your demo? Asking because I have absolutely no voiceover work under my belt. No, you can use copy from the web. Absolutely. That's what I do. That's what most of us do. Usually I like to get a list of the S&P 500 so that I just have 500 companies that are well known. Then I like to go to their websites and look at the copy they have and cut and paste and tweak and put a phrase here, take a sentence there, put it together, create from what's already out there to give you a sample. Remember, these are samples. Just perfect example is like if you were going to audition for a musical and you went in and you were auditioning for, Phantom of the Opera, and you use something from Andrew Lloyd Webber's library, okay, from like Cats, for example, and you go in there to audition, they're not going to come after you and say, do you have the rights for that? Because you're auditioning. We get it, right? You're using it for audition purposes. Same thing here. We're using it for sample purposes. These are auditions, okay, basically. So there's no reason to not use those types of things. But just make sure, going off of what I said earlier, you're targeting, you have a specific reason why you're putting those reads in your voiceover demo, okay? Good question. Let's see. Okay. Maria, what's up, Maria? Happy Friday. Hello, AP and everyone. Shout out to the Elite Group. It's great to have you. Maria's talking about our voiceover, our VO's Journey Elite Group. We meet Mondays and Wednesdays, although I wasn't feeling good this Wednesday, but we meet Mondays and Wednesdays where we get together as a group and we go over how to grow our businesses on Fiverr and everywhere else, and voice acting and stuff. And we have over 100 people in our group, so it's a really wonderful group. There'll be a link below. You can, if you're interested in joining, you can always go to VO's Journey Elite, VO'sJourney.com, and you can join there. It's actually at the top of the page. So yes, thank you, Maria. Let's see. Nicholas says, awesome, Anthony. Abdallah says, hello. Hey, Anthony, how can I market myself if I have no experience in the field? So that's where when I've talked about this in the past, use your own history as your marketing tool. Okay. Perfect example. I was a teacher. Okay. And as a teacher, I had to communicate, and I had to communicate effectively. And if I didn't, I was in big trouble. Right. So to me, I use that to say, listen, as a teacher, I had to learn how to communicate a message clearly and effectively. And because of that, I can help you relay your message to your audience in a way that they will understand, they will get behind you, and it will be exactly what you're looking for. Because of the life of experience I've already had, I am perfectly and I'm uniquely positioned to help you get what you want. It's about how you message what you've done in the past. And it works for anything. It doesn't have to be, it could be whatever you've done. Okay. And don't shy away from what you've done. Embrace it and use it. That's the wonderful thing about voiceover, right? Voiceover is voice acting, but it's also, a part of being real, right? We're looking for a lot of realness. We're looking for individuals, especially in our day and age, unique people. We're looking for you. To be you with heightened emotions. And I've talked about this. I'm getting on a soapbox here, but, heightened life, heightened emotions, but it's still you, okay? But just with the emotions that you're being called upon to perform with, okay? So I hope that helps. Let's see. Mel, what's up? You said, who would you follow on YouTube to get better in VO? Well, you'd follow Anthony. You'd follow Anthony of VO's Journey on YouTube to get better in voiceover. That's who you need to follow. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you, Mel. That was very appreciated. Now, if you're talking about anybody else, there are some wonderful people. I've followed Bill DeWeese for a long time. I started, the first videos I ever saw were from a guy named Earl Hall, and he helped me a great deal with getting started in voiceover. And, for a long time, he guided me a lot, and I'm very thankful to Earl. He's come in and out of the industry. I think I've seen him a little bit more recently. So Earl Hall is somebody to follow. Booth Junkie, that was a really great. I've followed Booth Junkie for a while. Mike Russell for Adobe Audition. Mike Russell's been really great. I've learned a lot from Adobe Audition and Mike Russell. Crazy thing is I don't have time to watch a lot of people anymore. I don't. Do you know what I mean? I work, I create my content for you guys, and that's about it. I don't really watch anybody else. For voiceover purposes. Gift of Gabby, we had her on the show. Brent Allen Hagel, we've had him on the show. A VO's Journey podcast. They're really great. And Sean Pratt, but they don't really. Well, Gabby does. She creates a lot of content. Brent does, but he creates content on Instagram. Okay. And Gabby creates a lot of content on Instagram. Bill creates content on YouTube. Mike Russell on YouTube. And we have, So those are a couple people that I know. Boot Junkies on YouTube. I try to put my content everywhere, though. And that's the thing I, point out for you, be everywhere. It's so important to be everywhere. But there's also, like YouTube has by far been the best place to, reach people for me. So, pick your poison. Let's see. Meridian says, hi, nice shirt. Thank you. Shane says, happy Fiverr Friday. What's up, Shane? Thank you. Meridian says, edit. That's why I say, hey, man, nice shirt. Plant-powered muscle. Thanks for the answer. Absolutely. B-Dog845, what's up? Good to have you back. From Florida, was happy to make it to a legendary Fiverr Friday. Keep up the amazing work you do, Anthony. Thank you so much, my friend. Jessica says, thank you. You are most welcome. Liz says, VO Angela. Yes. Oh, my goodness, Angela. So, yes, Angela is absolutely wonderful. Angela was a mentor student of mine, and she is become an amazing, she is an amazing voice actor, but she's become an amazing voiceover coach as well in her own right. And she has a fantastic channel as well. Her YouTube channel is growing like crazy. She keeps being on my heels. So, absolutely. Angela is fantastic. Angela Olfest. So if you check her out, that would be great. Professor Tracy, is there examples of usernames can use on Fiverr? Thanks. Example of usernames. So here's the thing. If I went back in time, when I first signed up, I would have used my real name. I didn't know what I was doing. So I used an email address handle at the time or something. I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Because I originally signed up for Fiverr to buy things, not to sell. And it wasn't until 2017 that I decided to do voiceover and start to sell. But since I already had an account, because I had opened one previously to buy things, I kept the name. But now I wish I could have gone back and put my name in there because, remember, the more marketing and stuff you do to get yourself out there, you want to make sure that name is the same everywhere. I see a lot of people got a different name over here and a different name over here and a different name over here. So no one's going to be able to find you unless you have the same name, right? So you got to put in the same name. Even if you use a pseudonym, use the same name. So no, you can use whatever name you want on Fiverr for your username. Okay. Just remember when you put in your personal name, right? Because you have to for legal purposes, you can choose a different username. Let's see. Greetings from Florida. Oh, wait. Sorry, I said that. Sorry. The great happy Fiverr Friday. Matt says, happy Fiverr Friday. What's up? Thanks for all the helpful advice. Absolutely. Voiceover Angela. Great advice, Anthony. I don't know when you sleep, buddy. You are everywhere. Yes, thank you. So are you. We sleep when we die. All right. I think that should end it. We'll end on that note. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please, if you're still watching, hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And also, by the way, if you're interested, we have I put a link below for the voiceover or the Fiverr, my Fiverr voiceover course, how to make $20,000 in Fiverr for voiceover. It's below. It's a fantastic course. So many people have taken it. You're gonna love it. It's by far my best course. So, thank you guys so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe, and I will see you on Monday. Goodbye. Goodbye.